All right, guys. Good morning, everyone. We're starting a webinar right now. So thank you so much for joining in. And this is one of the topics which is a very close topic for many realtors who are now in Dubai, especially because this is something we've been given all the time, where we've handed over the scripts, the old data, and we've been asked to do calls, and many people freeze. But I want to ask you a simple question. How many opportunities you have already said no because you were hearing a no? Because, think about it. Most people believe that their life changes when a door opens. That's not true. Life changing doors never open on their own. You knock, you push, you follow up, you keep showing up until somebody answers. And that's where most people stop. They stop at, first 10 no's, first 5 no's. They feel it doesn't work. But that's not true. And you don't do that calling because you lack skills, not because you lack intelligence or you feel embarrassed, because you feel that you might look foolish. You don't want to embarrass yourself. I'm better than this. But embarrassment is nothing. You have to pay your bills. Market has shifted. Things are different. These are the people who you can reach out to, who can change your complete lifestyle, your complete story about your future. That one call, that one client can change everything for you. But life changing doors don't open on their own. Your money is with the strangers. How will you make money if you don't talk to strangers? If you still believe that, it's tough, that's not going to happen. How many of you have given up cold calling just because you feel that it doesn't work, or it's crazy, it's too hard? If you are going to get into the mindset of realtor with a mindset that it's going to be easy, it's going to be a cakewalk, this business is not for you. I wish I could put how hard it is for realtors. Many times there are 100 hards for a realtor versus anywhere else. It's hard to do calls, it's hard to do follow-ups, it's hard to take them on a viewing, it's hard not to get intimidated by some of the very, very, very wealthy clients you meet on the way. It's hard to do negotiation, objection handling. It's hard when people ghost you. It's hard to manage your emotions. For a realtor, there are so many hards. Yet we have chosen to be a realtor because we believe somewhere that this industry can change our fortunes. So if this is true, if you really want your life to change, then this is one thing you cannot ignore, and that is cold calling. Because cold calling is the one thing that can shift your entire perspective about how this market is viewed through your lens. And this is what we are going to be discussing today. I'll just share a quick story about myself for people who don't know how I got into real estate. I came in 2018 to Dubai. My first and only tool initially was only cold calls. There was no Instagram that time, which was so active, where the lead generation was happening on Instagram or people were becoming influencers. It was mostly all about reaching out to people. And when that happened from 2018, when I made MR Sales Center my office, I was literally doing 150, 200 calls there every day. It's like, follow the plan. The plan is to do calls, calls, calls. But people give more importance to their mood rather than to the process. They are more concerned, how's it making me feel? You don't have to worry about your feelings right now. You have to do calling. If you have to reach to strangers, this is the fastest way to reach strangers. And this calling works a lot in buyer's market because you get rejected most. So most people don't call. And this is where the opportunity is. And this is what we will be discussing today. I have sold a golf place villa, made over 400,000 dirham commission in one deal. MR gave 7% commission on the phone to someone I have never known. All cold calling. Cold call. I've built very strong relationship with people only because I was able to connect with them through cold calls. So before we get into this webinar, how many of you believe that cold calling works, but you don't do cold calling? Yes, Ajat, thank you so much. How many of you believe there's a chat section here, but I would love if you can. Yeah, it works, but I don't do cold calls. I do calls. All right, Ripin, thank you. I got that. Okay, for fines, Rahul, we'll come to the question. We can do cold calling. We are selling to the global market. Cold call is just not about reaching out to people in Dubai. Cold call is about reaching around the world, depends upon where we are. But anyways, I'll come back to that and what you're calling for secondary or off plan. That's a different structure again. Hey, Rajiv. Okay, here. Okay, fine. I like to be honest. I don't like it, to be honest. Okay, fine. Fair enough. We don't like it, but we still do it. You don't have, you know, you've not done sales, you don't like to do sales, you don't have money, but still it's your problem that you don't have money. If you have to have money, if you have to be in that league, you have to learn how to overcome these challenges, because the biggest growth is in the unknown, and you need to know how to convert those leads into sales. But before that, we are going to understand about what this structure is all about. But before we get in here, how many of you attended the last week's webinar, just so that I'm aware? And what was the single thing that you implemented from that webinar? I thank you, Navid. Okay, Akriti, timing. Okay. Okay, not to do list. Excellent. I love that, Sajad. Thank you for sharing. Rehma, my first time here. All right, Diana. Not to do list. Awesome, Adnan. Creating a whole playbook on community. Wow. Okay. First time. Okay. Who all are new here in Dubai real estate, if I may ask you? Who've just starting Dubai real estate in last 6 months you've started. Okay, newbie. Okay. Okay, so we have a couple of people who are new. Excellent. Just wanted to understand the audience. All right, Roshni. Okay, so the whole part about the understanding is that you need to know what is it that is going to take the market to a different level. Okay, most people feel that market is dying. Cold calling is not there. You get only fines. You should not call. Okay, we have all these structures. I'm going to answer all of them in the question Q&A, but I'm giving you my perspective about how I would look into the market. Okay, and why cold calling still exists and why there is a lot of money to be made during cold calls. Okay, but if I may ask you just a quick quiz, just so that I know everybody is present here. If you dial 50 fresh leads from property portals or historical data today, how many face-to-face appointments could you confidently lock in? Zero. Okay, thank you for being honest. Okay, live in zero. Okay, just live in. Can I just take you on, like what is the reason, like you don't you're not calling because of that, or you're not confident in calling, or you don't have the script of calling?
I usually used to call about 300 to 350, but after a while, I just stopped because I had too many listings and couldn't manage everything. But then when
Okay.
I restarted, the rejections were so bad, uh, and it kind of discouraged me and kind of put me off in the bad, maybe because I took it personally,
Mm-hmm.
which I know in this industry we shouldn't. But
Mm-hmm.
it kind of discouraged me, and I got about two fines. So
Okay. Then you stop.
then then I stopped it. But then I still know that I have to do the call calling because used to get listings for secondary market that way. We
Mm-hmm.
we don't have fresh leads for what do you say, the off plan. So
Okay.
for secondary market, I used to do that.
Okay.
Now I'm going back to my community trying to do it, but
Okay.
there's maybe
Thank
no's.
you. Thank you for sharing, Libin. Majority
No,
of the people give up cold calls not because it doesn't work, it because we get rejection by the government or by the people. Okay, mostly about the government. Sorry, people. Government we can handle. It's like Nike puts up a shoe for Jordan and says, okay, we are willing to pay the fine as long as we know we are going to get the better of it. Okay, so that's a different mindset, that's a different perspective altogether. But there are ways how you can get around it, and then there is a way how you can reach out to the old listings and get the structures going in from there. It is not necessarily that you have to be right in the line of fire. The reason why we get fined is because we are calling the same data which everybody else in the market is calling. And when that happens, clients get so irate, so irate, so irate that they say, listen, I'm going to get these people fined so that at least I am off their list. Because every time they say, don't call me again, some other person calls up from a different perspective, and then everything changes. Okay. So this is what we are understanding today, and this is the ugly truth. Okay. So see, what is the ugly truth of Dubai? The ugly truth of Dubai, apart from the fines, is that the biggest misconception about Dubai real estate is people think problem is just lead generation. It's not. It's conversation that we create, that we have with our clients. Data is everywhere. Buyers are not. Meaningful conversations are not. Relationships are not there. Buyers can still register on one project today and receive 10 calls before their lunchtime. This is the reality. So the problem isn't access. The problem is differentiation. And that is what, if we do it correctly, we can avoid fines and we can avoid many things, and we can also build relationships. Because the market is flooded with brokers, but it is starving for advisors, consultants, specialists. So if you sound like a broker or any other realtor, you will get ignored, you will get rejected. And if you sound like a advisor, a consultant, you can still get rejected, but you will get many more opportunities where people be on the phone and say, okay, tell me, what do you want, what do you have to say. That's the entire game. Data is raw material. Cold calling is a skill. And once you learn this skill, you can do 1,000 calls and you can talk to 100 people, versus you can not have the skills and call to 1,000 people and you can speak to 10 people. So the idea is all about building skills, because commissions are the output eventually that we are looking from cold calls. But you need to understand the process clearly. And this is the process that we are talking about. So why cold calling is harder than anywhere else in the marketplace today? The reason why it is harder is because Dubai is one of the hardest markets in the world, especially now. And that's exactly why it's one of the most profitable markets as well for realtors. Realtors have made more money in Dubai than anywhere else. Meher, are you there? If I may, I don't know. Meher is okay. So if you understand different market dynamics, you will realize that the way you get cold calls, the way you get responses in Dubai, and the money that can be made in a very simple way is way difficult in other markets. So think about your prospect. They are being called by multiple brokers. They are in another country. They are in another time zone. They are busy. They are successful. They have thought about Dubai, but they have not made up their mind. They don't need you, at least not yet, which means the old script doesn't work. And if you say, hi, sir, hi, Mr. XYZ, my name is this, I'm calling from this real estate agency, and it's already dead story. Or you are calling in and you're saying, hi, is this a good time to talk? No, it's not a good time, don't call me. Okay. Or hi, we are a leading real estate company in Dubai and we have amazing offers. Keep the offers to yourself, why don't you buy it yourself? Like, these things are all dead now. If you're still calling like this, it's old school, it's old news. This is the reason why people are hanging up on you, because you're talking the same thing what the next guy would be talking. Do you guys believe you have a separate different script than others, or you can hook people to talk to you? So why shouldn't you get fines, or why shouldn't you get hangups? You should, because this is what you're doing. You call 3,000 people then. If you're calling it wrong, then you're getting it wrong. So what wins today is insight. The broker who knows something valuable, the person who says, I'm a specialist. How do you become a specialist? This is real estate. You will not get degrees here. You don't have to do a PhD here. The first way you become a specialist is by saying, I am a specialist, and knowing 10 things more about the project than average realtors. There is no checklist, but it starts with you. So the specialist who brings clarity, that's the one who gets the meeting. That's the one who gets people hooked on. That's the one who's able to handle an objection. Hey, I already have a realtor I'm speaking to. Great. You have a realtor. You know how to handle our objection once you're a specialist. What does that mean? That means you know better than the other, that you know more differentiation than what anybody else can offer. And that is what gets you inside the door. Because 9 out of 10 Dubai cold calls die before the first 15 seconds. And it is not your, you know, fault, but it is still your problem, because you were never taught the right scripts. You never in fact learned the right scripts. And this is where things changed for me. So I'll just share it with you. What happened with me is, when I started calling, sitting in Dubai sales center, I would call up, and the sales center was empty that time, Dubai Creek Harbor. There were only two North Tower, South Tower getting handed over in next 6 months. So it was pretty much all dry. And I would do the calls there, and I would listen to people, how they would reject me. But we don't make changes there. We say, oh, this is the only way to call. No, you need to get the right hook. And if you don't know how to hook the clients in the first 15 seconds, you have lost that whole call. Because most realtors fail even before the prospect offers, here's the offer. Three reasons. First, they have generic openers. Second, they're talking about the property too early. Nobody cares about the apartment. Nobody cares about the payment plan. Nobody cares about the square footage. Not yet. Not yet. People care about relevance. People care about themselves. People care about whom they are speaking to. Number three, no research. The realtor knows nothing about the person they are calling, nothing about their business, nothing about their investments, background, mindset. Even if you're calling from data, today, I don't know how many of you guys are putting your list in Chat GPT and saying, hi, can you give me all the common names who are already mentioned here? And then you say, hi, Mr. Prospect, I know you have a property here, 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 here. And like, oh my God, who's this guy? How many of using AI to, filter your data to call? Yes, no, maybe. Not yet. Okay, haven't tried. Guys, I hope you guys are using ChatGPT. Is it a search engine, or is it your partner in profit or progress? Put up that data. Put up that 20,000 data, the DLD data. It has got no meaning if you cannot segmentize that data. Put that data up if you are doing secondary. The Chat GPT will give you the background of the client to call, about what one liner you can talk about him. I don't know which plans you are working on, what you are structuring on, what you have decided to call up. Your success loves preparation. Success loves preparation. You want your life to change? You want to open life changing doors? What are you guys doing then? This is something you have to work on. Okay. So, okay, sorry, Navid, I didn't get this. Me for the correct pronunciation of their name. Okay, I'll take up I'll take up your questions, David. Okay, I hope I'm just running through it. Many people don't get their name. It's fine for people who hang up. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you some exact structures which will immediately shift your whole perspective about how you do calls. Okay, but you need to first understand where the problem lies. Okay, the cold calling callers Dubai's buyers pyramid. Okay, see what happens is, let me tell you something I learned the hard way. Most realtors spend their entire day chasing people who are already being chased. Think about it. The guy on Property Finder, he's spoken to 15 agents. The guy who's just created a listing or who's interested to buy the new Bingati or the Danube or the MR, okay? The guy who registered for 3 launches or 5 launches, he's already overwhelmed. The active buyer isn't your current opportunity. He's everybody's opportunity. And when everybody is competing for the same person, the commission gets compressed because you are changeable. There is nothing else you are getting on board. Now compare a passive investor. Probably he sold a business, or he's into the tech world, or he's made money, cash is sitting in his bank, but the realtors are not calling him because he's not done new registration online. Any smart guy today who has multiple properties or who is a seasoned investor knows that if he makes 2 or 3 queries, he's going to get bombarded by phone calls. Would you guys agree to this? Just a thumbs up would also do. Okay, thank you, David. Okay, so if this is true, then the real buyers are not going to put themselves out in the marketplace and get bombarded by 2,000 people. So how are you going to reach out to those people if you're just going to be looking at the opportunity which everybody else is viewing as an opportunity? Because the difference is they haven't entered the marketplace yet. Cold calling isn't about competing. It's about arriving before the competition exists. Probably they're not even thinking about it. Probably they have not found the right realtor. It's not because it's easier. It's because it's not contested yet. It's dead. Nobody's actually chasing them. The realtor whom that person, if you're even calling for secondary, that guy has already left Dubai now. So where are these clients? How do you know? How do you know till the time you don't call up? So these are the pyramid tier 1. These are the passive high net worth capital. This is your structure. This is where the money is to be made. I was doing cold calls. I found a interior designer in Chennai who wanted to shift to Dubai for safety, for business, for forex, for many other reasons to Dubai. I matched him a villa. I sold him on the phone. Golf place. Guys, you need to understand who you are speaking to. Just Google their name. They will tell you this guy is this. You can take out from your data this. But if you're not going to put that effort to understand whom you are calling and understand the opportunity and follow the plan, you'll not do it. You'll just keep caring about your mood. Emotions can have kept you poor, and emotions can make you rich. Only if you know how to manage your emotions. All right, Rupana, I hear you. I do my homework before I set out. Absolutely great. This is great. So once you start doing that, things starts changing. Okay. So know your caller before you dial. And this is important because most realtors call first. Top producers research first. Let me ask you something. Would you walk into a meeting blind, like, no? Or would you drive a car, closing your eyes and just driving? No. Then why would you do a blind cold call? 3 minutes of research can save you 30 minutes of useless conversation, rejection. If I know someone from London, I talk about the yield versus, you know, something else. If they are from India, I talk about NRI, I talk about wealth creation, I talk about, forex, I talk about rental yield, I talk about, getting over the government problems. If they are from Europe, I talk about diversification, taxation. If they are from Gulf, I talk about prestige, family legacy, location. The prospect doesn't care what you know. They care whether you understand them or not. And the fastest way to create trust is relevance. That is the number one thing. You need to be relevant. You don't need to be inspirational, just relevant. Most realtors sound generic. Generic gets ignored and specific gets attention. The more relevant you become, the less selling you will need to do. And subconsciously, the person who's buying a property believes they are smarter than you. They are more in a better position than you. That is what they subconsciously believe. And majority of the realtors believe that they have to only sell by pleasing, by making putting yes into yes, by somehow confining into them so that they say yes. And that is why they don't specialize. They put more effort in people pleasing rather than actually becoming skilled, because getting skilled is going into the unknown. People pleasing is dependent on mood. That is how we sell. That is how we've been taught. Many of the Asian cultures talk this. So we need to understand where we are and whom we are calling. And once we understand this, your structures will shift. So what a buyer's market actually looks like. The old market was mostly about how everything was getting sold. But most realtors are still selling like 2025 January, or 2026 January. That's the problem. They are operating with old rules. In a seller market, inventory was scarce. The launches were happening and it was getting sold out. People were afraid of missing out. And they're like, oh my God, where the price will go, we don't know. You could mention a project and mention a payment plan and a launch, and they would have been gone because the buyer had to decide there itself. In today's buyers market, the buyers have choices, more projects, more inventory, more realtors, because there is so much option, and you give them an offer today, and after 1 week, the property has still not moved. After 2 weeks, the property has still not moved. So now what do? They start having unrealistic expectation. So today's buyers aren't looking for actually property. They're looking for clarity and they're looking for certainty. And that cannot be fulfilled if you are not a specialist, if you are generic, if you know everything about everything and know nothing about the specialization, about why is this more important, how does this area win over others. That broker gets deceived or doesn't get the sales, because whoever gives them the clarity first, the realtor who explains, who advises, who educates, that is the broker, that is the realtor who wins the sales. So this is what. So I want to take you to a quiz. I want to ask you this. So Dubai market assessment. A buyer wants a 3-bed villa. Okay, and he says, I'm talking to 4 other agencies. Whoever gets me the best payment plan, or incentives or waivers wins my business. Your immediate strategic move is what? A, call the developer to bargain for a special waiver. B, offer a split commission with the buyer and seal the deal immediately. I'll give you the most cashback, sir. Kitna mil raha hai aapko? Or C, disqualify the buyer immediately as a time waster. Or D, pivot the conversation entirely away from the unit to their currency or tax success. Okay, D's. Be honest, guys. We don't write it for the mention here, but what are we doing actually? Because this is the line. We know it, but we don't do it. A, reality. Okay, thanks, Adnan. Yeah, we do call up. Say something is happening. Of course, yeah. We see there something is happening or not. Okay, okay, Henry, you're saying B. Okay, okay. What is Kofi saying? I have others and still lost the deal. Okay. It's not about just a deal. Everything is not a deal story. It's about more in terms of getting into that right mental mindset about how do we pivot, how do we answer these questions. Because I would still choose, see, the trap is A and B. Bargaining for commission, splitting commodities you serve. In a buyer's market, this race to the bottom bleeds your value to zero. You have no value if you're negotiating on price. Because here's the reality. Every realtor has inventory, every realtor has brochures, every realtor has payment plans, and they have the access. So if everybody has the same thing, then why would someone choose you? Because of perspective. Yes. The highest paid people in the world are not paid for information, they are paid for interpretation. Google has information, advisors have interpretations. And buyers don't need more information today. They need a perspective. They need a, like, how do you go to a doctor? They diagnose you and they say, okay, for you, you should do this. I think this is not right. What are they actually doing? They're checking it up for you. So the highest paid people in the world are not paid for information. They are paid for their specific interpretation. That is what makes you different. Google has information. Like, knowledge is free. You can Google anything today, or you can, chat GPT anything today. Advisors have interpretation. Buyers don't need more information. They're drowning in information. What they need is someone who can simplify the noise for them and tell them, why is this property best for you? And once you start doing that, that is the first time you will stop building your story around people who are just looking for money or cashbacks, because they feel they know everything. You have to create a hook that you know better than them. You are spending more time visiting developers office, you have spent more time in the marketplace. That is the game. Okay, so the death of pitch first call. Okay, how many of you, struggle with the calls first? Like, let me get back to this. I'm coming back to this again. How many of you coming to the calling, pitching? How many of you are open with the pitching, who feel that they are very, very good in pitching, or in very good in terms of creating a hook? Or how many of you feel that you need to improve your opening line? I used an initial. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Repeat. Working on it. All right. Thanks, Adnan. Need to improve. Oh, hi, Gautam. Okay, I am good in pitching. Ah, yes, I know you're good in pitching. I'll take you on, Gautam, today in the end. Okay, and help you answer some questions from people. Okay, I need to improve a lot. Okay, flying out. Okay, improve with my script. Thank you so much, Kofi. Okay, need to improve. Okay, Jeevan. Okay, okay, you're in the airplane. Okay, need to improve. Okay, so see, the part is about understanding this structure. This is where the most realtors struggle, and this is where you can make a whole different story about what to pitch. Because what you are doing here is, majority of the realtors, they call and they have a very generic step. Hi, this is XYZ, I'm speaking from this agency, not interested. Hi, I'm speaking from you know do you have 5 minutes? No, I don't have. You have to become what the top 1% do. First, you need to research. You need to match the pattern about what they are thinking. Okay, so I'm going to give you some scripts at the end of it, but I'm just giving you some structures here. Okay, so the way you speak is, if I may ask you, what is the number one reason you are looking to buy or invest in Dubai? If you are got a call, or a way to start a good call is something that I tried it. Okay, it is not taken from any script. It is something that I learned it myself, and you can use this same scripts. Hi, Adnan, it's me, Anant. I'm a specialist for XYZ properties. Sometime back, you were looking for a property. Was it a villa or a townhouse? Okay, or the way you structure this is, I'm coming up more like a friend, like a consultant, rather than someone who doesn't know why you are being called. So I'm more likely to pick up a call from a friend rather than someone from telemarketing. If you sound like everybody else, you will be treated like everybody else. Don't do those mistakes. You don't have to follow the rule. Life changing doors don't open on their own. If you want exceptional results, you need to be the exception. You have to call it different. That is where your first hook comes in. How do you hook the client in first 15 seconds? So there are multiple variations you can try. Okay, I've written a whole ebook about it. I'll share it with you. You can go through it. Some of the scripts that I have used personally, that will really help you out if you're looking to learn the hook, because that first 15 seconds is most important. If you get that first 15-second right, then you can do the rest of the pitch. Okay. But before that, let's just quickly understand this. Okay. Which buyer is easiest to convert on a cold call? Buyer A, the active searcher on portals for 6 months, has talked to 15 agents. Okay. How many of you know buyers like this? Okay. Always. Okay. Plenty. I know, Anand, we've discussed about it most. Who they're in the market forever. Forever. They keep talking to. They know so many agents that you don't have so many agents in your phone book, that they have those agents and they are buyers. Like, what do I do after my job gets over? I just talk to realtors. Okay. So the part is about, there are two kind of buyers. Okay. On a serious note, one is they're actively searching, and there is other buyer is the one who is passive capitalist. But most people choose buyer A because they appear ready. So it's like, array deal ho jayegi, so what. But that's exactly why they are difficult, because they are overexposed. They are tired. They are skeptical. They have spoken to 10 people. They are comparing. But buyer B isn't shopping yet. Buyer B is in a discovery mode. He's looking for that education. He's looking for that understanding. And the discovery is far more powerful than comparison. The person comparing options has resistance, but the person discovering opportunity has something which is called as curiosity. And curiosity is easier to convert than resistance every single time. So, why do I keep telling you guys become a specialist? Create content, educate the client, build consistency in doing that? Is because when you help someone reason out why this place is better than other five places, and you help them guide their decision, they naturally will take your advice and will buy from you. So for example, if you're selling acres, if you're selling oasis, whatever you're selling, okay, you are creating content there. How does the community look like? Where would be the park? How much time does it take from downtown to reach oasis? Let's drive it today. Do you think someone who's spending 13 million, 14 million sitting outside of Dubai would not check on YouTube, or would not want to check? And if you created 100 pieces of content only on oasis, 100 pieces of content only on palm, or whatever you are selling, they'll say, oh, my realtor never told me about these things. My realtor never told me about this. And you ask them 5 questions more. You know what? You need to be careful about these charges. Why District 1 has more per square foot charges even in villas versus in MR properties. Okay. Why the maintenance is high. I mean, like, when you start talking all these things, like, oh yeah, nobody pointed this out. What are you doing? Educating. Why should you buy villas versus apartments? In your own apartment, even if you don't stay, you still pay 30,000 dirhams in rent. Want to find out now? How? Because you're giving 20, 25 dirhams per square feet in maintenance, depending upon the size. So when you start educating people here, they say, oh, wow, this is something that makes sense. Now that is curious. Now that one thing is important. Now suddenly you are in the game. Do you guys agree to it? Can I have a reaction on this? Does it make sense for you? Thank you, Ripin. All right. All right. Oh, you guys are there. Okay, great. Okay. So this is what we are talking about. This is what we need to structure. That's why the type B buyer will win. because passive capital beats active portals every time, because that guy will not speak to anybody else. Intent, they have intent, but they have no direction. They aren't talking to 10 realtors. And if you give them enough knowledge, and if you specialize with them, and if you tell them that, why is Danube the best project right now in the marketplace, what are the structures, why this is happening, this versus this versus this, and you give them all the structure and you've educated them. Now if any realtor comes and says, you know what, you should buy this, yeah, I've already spoken about it. You know what, yeah, already done. You know this, but I've already done. Because they have educated, you've educated them. These guys will not ghost you, because the more they will talk, you can educate them in a way where they themselves become specialists about why should they buy a property. And somewhere you need to get convinced. Would you guys put your own money in something till the time you are not convinced? Do you go and buy any phone, any car? Why? You need to understand yourself first, that is this right for me or not. You go and check reviews. Is iPhone 17 better, or is some Samsung 2735, whatever it is, better? Why? You are doing reviews for a 5,000 dirham phone. Someone buying a 3 million, 5 million, 10 million dirham property, they will not do reviewing. So my suggestion is, this is all you guys can get from cold calling. They are not actively looking. Cold calling isn't for closing active buyers. It's for monopolizing passive buyers before they even enter the public marketplace on social media. And if you can do it, you will win every single time. And once you win their trust, it will be the way how it will be done. Okay. So what is a cold call? What are the 4 pillars of cold call? What I would put it. Okay. First is to connect. Second is to observe. Third is to lead, and fourth is to direct. Okay. First 15 seconds, how do you disrupt the pattern of a standard realtor? How do they call up? If you're just calling up, hi, it's me, Anant. We just had a word some time back. You're looking for some property. I'm a specialist for MR properties. Hi, it's me. So this was my regular pitch. Hi, it's me, Anant. I'm a specialist. If I would call Libin, I would say, hey, hi, Libin. It's me, Anant. Sometime back, we had a word. You were looking for a property. I'm a specialist for MR properties. Are you looking for a villa or an apartment? The moment I put that question, he's not thinking about what am I doing? Who am I speaking? No, Anand, I didn't have a word. No, you were looking for that. Yeah, I was looking for it, but I don't think so. I had a word with you. I'm still talking to him. He hasn't hung up on me. You need to pattern interrupt. And in the end, if they become too obvious, you must have had a word with one of my colleagues. Who colleague? Muhammad. Khalas, nobody says anything, man. You can just get over things. You need to be smart. You want your life to change? You want life-changing doors to open for you? You want to be the exception? Then do the exception work. Have the courage to call. Observe. What are you pitching these guys? Who are these guys? What are the numbers? What is the area code you're dialing in? People were hooked on to me for hours. Hours. They're talking. We are echoing. We are talking with softness. You're leading. How do you lead a conversation? And how do you secure a commitment? In a buyer's market, I don't know how many of you were there in 2018. I was booking 35 calls a week in MR Sales Center. A week. 35 appointments a week. And only 5 were showing up. 3 were showing up. A week. How many appointments are you booking in a week? 2 people give a time of 10 a.m. and they'll say, no, I don't have time. These guys are coming. Khalas, man, book 15 appointments of 10 a.m. We'll figure it out later. Does it make sense to you guys? Are you with me? All right. Awesome. Okay. Just so that I know, you guys are here with me. Okay. This is what we are doing. So this is the script test. Hi, I'm Thomas. My name is Alex from XYZ agency. I see you were interested in Dubai real estate previously. Are you still looking to buy a property? No, I'm not. Don't call me. 10 people have called me. Versus, hi Thomas, it's me, Alex from Dubai. I'm a specialist for off-plan properties. Sometime back, you had shown some interest in the market. I'm not sure if you're still actively looking or not. I was just curious. Or you can come up with something in that zone, depending upon how his tone is, how the moment he says hello, that sets everything for me. Hello, hello, Thomas. The way, hello, Thomas, it's me, Anant. The way you set up the tone, that is where you start building rapport. I'm just giving you some structures here. There is a totally different way you can do it. This is what worked for me. And use softness. And ask them questions. Majority of the realtors don't ask questions. On a call, ask them a question. You're looking for an apartment or a villa. You're looking for an investment or for end use. You're looking for IMAR or there's something else that you have in mind. Are you talking to some other realtor? Or are you looking to, freeze the property now? If I may ask you, I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to take you throughout Dubai. I'm going to explain it to you why this versus that, just so that I know you better. Like, will you be able to take a decision now, or is there someone else also involved? And probably we can take, your spouse or partner or someone else. If you could tell me, I would be happy to take you through that. Guys, if we are not doing that work here, how are we going to close deals? We are just going to waste our time. If you are not learning this and you're putting time, and then you call that hard work, you call that you've been working so hard, you start walking from Dubai to Ras Al Khaimah on your feet and say, I'm working so hard, I'm going to reach Ras Al Khaimah. The car zips by you and reaches there first. Whose fault is it? Is it the guy who's driving the car? Or is it your fault walking on legs in the summer heat? You'll reach there, man, in days and say, oh, I've worked so hard. I work. What credit? Don't work hard. Show me your bank balance. And if you don't have it, learn the skills. Invest your time in learning skills. That is what is going to get you the deals, guys. I made whatever I made is not about, learning from people who are not making it. It's about understanding. Okay, got it. These people are hanging on me. I need to pattern interrupt. I need to start asking questions. I need to call like a friend because nobody's going to reject a friend on the face. Even if you don't like that guy, even if you don't like your friend, if he calls you and says, hi XYZ, how are you? What will you say? No, hang up. Of course, we are not going to do that. So if that is true, then we should call like a friend. And when you call like it, what mentally subconscious signal you're giving? That I am equal. You're not doing me a favor. Your tone says it. Hi, it's me, Anant. First thing, the people who are picking up the phone don't even know what they scrolled on Instagram yesterday. They can't even mention 5 reels they scrolled. You guys don't even remember what you guys scrolled yesterday on Instagram, or 5 things that you learned from Instagram yesterday. Yet you must have spent an hour. They will remember that you've spoken to somebody a month back. Are you in the market or not? Ask them a question. No? All right. There's an opportunity. Are you interested? No? Khalas, bye. Move forward, man. You lose deals because you don't know how to ask questions. Your quality of life is directly proportional to the questions you ask yourself. Chris is saying, could you please guide me what would be the right way to pattern interrupt? Okay, so the way to pattern interrupt Chris, is mostly about the way you enter into conversation rather than saying, there is another way. How do you hook people in pattern interrupt? This is what I noticed a lot. When people would say, hey Anant, you know what, this COVID had started, so MR was giving in Dubai Hills very discounted plots, with a very good aggressive payment plan, and people were very excited on that part. The moment you pattern interrupt is the way they are saying now, because they have spoken to 5 brokers, you don't want to be the sixth broker or the sixth realtor. So what you do is, if they are excited, talk very slowly. Okay, yes. The moment you do this, now you've interrupted their pattern and you ask them questions. Pattern interrupt is, for a realtor, is about making them come to a pattern about what you want them. And the best way for a realtor to sell is to ask questions so that they buy themselves, rather than you sell them, rather than you telling them MR is the best, MR is the best, MR is the best. A good question to ask them is, if you are selling MR, who do you think is the best developer in Dubai, the most popular developer in Dubai? Why do you think people trust MR? Do you think that if it has made money for so many other investors, people who will still, they have seen all the market cycles, everything they have seen, do you think that if people invest in MR again, MR already knows what they are doing and they'll still be able to give return? Shut up, listen. Now who's selling whom? Does it make sense?
Great. Thanks so much, Anand.
So this is what we are doing here. This is what we need to structure. Okay. So pattern interrupt, asking questions. 3 objections that kill 80% of Dubai's cold calls. Okay. The market is too high, or property I need should be 40% less because the market is now crashing. Okay. Why they say this is fear of capital loss, looking for permission to wait. That is what they are saying. No. Do you have any good deals? 30% off. Why it kills the call? Because it shifts from yield to price. It keeps the buyer into the frozen category. That's why these are the objections which generally come up on a call. Send me the deals on WhatsApp and I'll have a look. I'm already working with another agent. You need to qualify. These are the basic, like there are so many questions, but these are the basic questions which come up. You need to overcome these questions. If you're able to overcome these questions, you will be able to take the call to much level. So you need to master these 4-5 closures very easily. Okay. Bubble objections, send me WhatsApp. So this is the pattern is basically mostly about. So I've put all of this in a ebook and it's there in the cold calling course in the app as well. Okay. So you can go get through that. Okay. All I want you to understand is the part where you need to learn it. You need to know it should come naturally to you, because if you are not going to get it done in an easier natural way, then you are going to keep losing deals. And this is what before versus after should happen for you. Hi Thomas, my name is Alex from XYZ agency, versus hi Thomas, it's me Alex from Dubai. I'm a specialist for off-plan properties. Sometime back you had shown interest in the market. Were you looking for a villa or an apartment? No, Anand, I'm not looking for. No, Alex, I'm not looking for anything. All right, sure. I'll just hang up. Just before, can I just say one thing just before I hang up? I'm just curious. Like, you made an inquiry, right? Yes, I did make an inquiry, but now I'm not looking. Fine, fair enough. But actually, they had some off the market. I had some off the market offers, but I don't know, if you're not in the market, I totally understand. If he's in the market, you have given him 2-3 hooks now. He will talk, or he's not in the market. Khalas, if he's not in the market, let him go. Find someone who's in the market. Does it make sense? Livin, are you getting what needs to be changed?
Yes, I am getting it. Yes, I am understanding it much better now.
Okay.
As you said in the beginning, we were not taught how to do it. Now we get it.
Okay. So this is what we are doing. I'll send you the brochure. Thank you for sharing. If I may ask you, like, you need to come up with these answers very clearly. So, for example, if just coming back, before I already have a realtor, send me the details on WhatsApp. Okay, thank you for sharing. If I may ask, are they showing you this delta? So if you get a client who says they are already working with a realtor, how can you win that client? By showing that you know more than the realtor they are talking about. That you are not saying that work with me, you will never be able to win that client. You have to tell them that did this person show you this about that place? I hope you got these things checked. Just one thing I will caution you, many people just overlook it. Can you just look into this part before you sign up? Hey, what is this part? Now they're talking. There can be so many things. So many things. So many things. In Rove, there is a problem. So no pain, no sale. Are you on with this, guys? No pain, no sale. Get the pain. Every property has a pain. And yet there is a sale. If you are a specialist, you already know what are the shortcomings. You already know that the villas are old in Palm Jumeirah. You already know prices are different in different areas now. You already know the problem of constructing. You already know if somebody is buying a plot, then somebody can put 2 million in a plot as well in construction and yet not get the end product. You know all these things. So if somebody tells you this, just give them a more pain and tell them that, listen, it's fine. Let me tell you something, what I've learned over the years. And let me know if you resonate with this. If you explain people their pain point, they naturally assume you have an answer for it. You should just know how to explain their pain point. This is the game changer. If you're selling to celebs, you know their pain point. Why do you want to get there? But I hope you've understood that, every time you go to Burj Khalifa, you need to go to 20 other reasons. And if you want to catch up something, what is going to... So this is what it is. How do we reach to their pain points? Jeevan, you need to go to Invisible Influence, understand echoing. There's a whole course around it, so you can do that, Jeevan. There. All right. So this is what needs to be done. Okay, I'm just running through it. We're just short of time. I want to take your answers as well, questions as well. Okay. The no answer reality check. The data point: 74% of the cold calls in Dubai go unanswered. It goes straight to their voicemails, or it gets shunted by a true caller where it says spam or. So first of all, get the right name on your phone. If you don't know what your name is being showcased, what the other user is going to listen to, you're already gone. One of the ways to do it is put yourself as a consultant. I don't know, Nakhil consultant. Okay. I don't know what works best for you. Okay, what specialization you are doing. And if you take a small paid version in the Truecaller, which majority of the people use, even if you do it one time, you'll not get spammed easily. So your number will never flash as red. Okay. Second thing, most agents try it twice and then they hang up. They don't try only. So this is exactly what happened with me when I started calling. I was actually handed over a list of old leads by a MR agent. And these leads were handed over because he said, if basically he's not doing anything. This guy is new. He's so passionate. He really wants to do it. He's calling anyways random. Let me give him some MR, this thing only. These are all old stories. But I was able to do sales from that also. I was able to build relationships from that as well. The part is because people don't call off enough number of times. They just give up. You can use Umar international numbers to call up. It all depends whom you are calling, is a secondary or offline. I'll come to that. Okay. But there are different ways how you can do it. But Truecaller is one part that you need to really get aligned. If your number flashes, you already lost the deal before you are even going to say hi. Get that sorted, whatever works for you. Okay. So this is, every no answer is the beginning of a new opportunity, because you can get over that. And there is also one more thing that I want to talk about very quickly is never call in the dark. What I mean to say by this is, when people call, you need to do a basic research about why you're calling them. Do they have any structure? Most realtors spend most of their time ordering, excuse me, most realtors spend more time ordering, planning for a vacation or ordering lunch or research, rather than researching a prospect. Think about it. They would go onto the fashion sites, keep looking what to buy or what to order. Okay, but they will not do that research enough for an important client. You've got a list. These people are rich, for example. You've got a list from investment bankers or any of, do a complete research. Even if they're 30 calls, just do that research. One chance, one first impression, and you waste it because you spend zero preparation. Before every call, do these three things. Number one, where are they from? Basics. Okay, you can just upload that data in a this thing chat GPT, and if you're getting some new leads, just run it through once. What's the harm in that? And see if they're already just inquiring or they're already buyers as well. How does it? ChatGPT will give you answer in 2 minutes. So this is the uploaded list. This is the old data of 20,000 people. Have they already bought a unit or not? Okay. I don't know where we are with terms of how you guys are using ChatGPT, but you can use this part about learning how you can do this. So get the pre-call done, get their corporate footprint, and then understand their liquidity signals. Okay. If they are a founder, they have got some recent funding, they have got some any text messages. In fact, you can go and start chasing people who are ultra wealthy. One of the things that I would also suggest realtors in Dubai is, look at the new millionaires and new multimillionaires in the making. These people are not the regular industrialists. They are the people who are making money as influencers, as YouTube creators, as people who are into social media, who are running SaaS companies, who are new founders. They're based in US, they're based in UK. They need tax advantage. They need a complete setup. They need a way how you can handle their end-to-end solution. What is a solution? Is not property. Property is not a solution for many. For especially selling to first time someone in Dubai, you need to give them a solution. Setting up a property, setting up a business, buying a property, taking care of your end-to-end story, solution. Do you have a picture on that as well? Life-changing doors don't open on their own. You should really know what you really want. Okay. I'll come to that. Aruni, your question is your experience. Who is your favorite developer? Okay, I'll come to that. Okay, okay. So one question I want to take you. Okay, I'm not running this. I'm just quickly running few things because we have short time. I want to take some questions as well today. Okay, advanced cold calling market specific strategy for off plan, high liquidity passive investors, first time. So for off plan, for secondary, existing Dubai investors upgrading or diversifying. Okay. For people who are off plan in hook, payment plan, cash flow model, developer track record, yield on handover, forex, you know, uh, this is the thing which is going to sell. Okay. Again, you can do ROI based on aligning your investment with Dubai's vision. Like that is a vision about how you are selling this property. How is the story that you're building up? This is how you will sell off plan. Objections: too high, shift to payment plan math, not price. How much are you actually putting in? What we can do at the time of exit? What is the real structure? Many things we can look into here in the off plan story. Okay, this is the way you should prepare it. You have to prepare it for yourself. Okay, but you need to know how to prepare on a cold call. If somebody has these questions, This is the tone we are pitching. For a secondary, you have a different tone: advisory, data driven, current yield, what is available now, why the products are not moving, or is it moving, what do you think is going to work? Okay, are you looking for a place to raise your family, or are you looking for just an investment? Why do you think you're going to get the best yield? Why is this 4-bedroom corner unit better than a 3-bedroom mid townhouse unit? So there are different ways how do you tackle these questions. But on a cold calling perspective, you need to understand basics. The basics are your tone, your hook, but before that, what you're selling. That is what you need to get into. Once you get these couple of things straight, you will be able to move into calls very quickly. Okay. uh, for I'm just put a basic structure. You can refine it. You can I'm just putting it for my perspective. So if someone who's from Europe, talking about rental yield. South Asian, again, US denomination. You know how much currency people have lost in spite of the property going up? People who've invested money in Dubai, how much their property worth is more? How many of you who already has existing buyers in Dubai have sent them a list? Hi, Mr. This thing. The property market according to the current dirhams is this. However, according to INR is this now. The market is very, very good for again looking into some more price points. And if we take a staggered payment plan, we can almost secure another good unit. The prices will go up because of construction, because of costs are increasing. Dubai is safe. Look at Dubai. You think Dubai has problem? Look at neighboring countries. Who doesn't have problem? Is Iran a safe investment? Is Mongolia a safe investment? Is Croatia a safe investment? Is like Africa a safe investment? Is any other country a safe investment in the Middle East? Is where is a safe investment still? You look at the infrastructure inside. Nobody believes that there is a war going on. Actually, you're not even at a face of it. Though there are a lot of news happening, things have happened. We used to get these alerts before, but we still feel safe inside Dubai. And if it is safe for Dubai, then what will happen in 20 years, 25 years? Where do you think these property prices will go? By 2040, the government has a vision. Why would that golden visa be important then? You need to figure these structures out. If you don't know these structures in and out, this is your work. You need to double down on it. Don't look that I'll make the money and open a boutique. Don't do this, guys. Many people get into this story. Or do some other business. No, this is the business. We are not stopping till the time we are making millions here. There is an opportunity. It is hard. But if you are skilled, it's not hard. Okay. So this is my suggestion for you guys. Okay. 100 meaningful multi-million, okay, outbound conversations we need, not just dials. We need to do at least 1,500 calls a month. 1,500 calls a month. Who wants their life to change and doesn't want to still do cold calling? Okay, who wants to still do cold calling? Okay, who's committed for doing 1,500 calls this month? Go for it, man. Go for it. What shame? What shame? What shame? I don't have $1 million in my bank account. What shame? I have 10,000 dirhams in my bank account and I am feeling embarrassed. No, what will be? What shame are we talking about here? My kids want to go to the best school. I'm not able to put them. The doctor goes, I say, oh, yeah, 300 dirhams I can't give for this German specialist hospital because, I don't have this insurance for 5,000 dirhams because I have of 1,800. What shame are you talking about here? And I can't call because I feel bad. I feel bad. People will reject me. What shame? You want your life to change? You have to change it. I can only give you the skills. I can only suggest you. I can only educate you. But you need to pick up the phone and call. I can give you the tools and you can watch Netflix. How does it matter? Are you coming here for entertainment or are you actually coming here for change? I want you guys to make money, man. I've made it. It's not difficult. The level of competition is so low. It is only at the start. Only at the start. After these 1500 calls, 1500 connects you do in a month, you see how many people you are talking to. It will change. And the other strategies that we've learned, if you just implement them, you're talking to them, you're sending them FAQ videos, you're doing all of that structuring, see what is going to happen. It has to change. I did only 3 months of cold calls. I never did cold calling after that. But in that 3 months, I did so many calls, so many calls. After 3 years also, I would keep getting messages. Once I left real estate. So many calls. I think I had like thousands of numbers in my phone saved. Man, this is your opportunity. Okay. So go for it. Okay. So are you ready to stop just relying on a portal lottery and start commanding your own pipeline? I'm in. All right, guys. Let's see who all are there. We are all here. Thank you. Okay. All right, Ripin. All right, Ibrahim. I've got your thumbs up. As good. All right. Abdul, Nidaf, Lubna. Okay, I'm getting your name right. Imran, Rema, Prasad. Absolutely, man. Deepika, Chris. Excellent. So there are two things. One, we will do the dials. Second, we'll do follow-ups. We'll do a webinar only on follow-ups again. Okay. Not following up with your prospect is same as filling your bathtub without first putting the stopper in the drain. Calling is one part. Following up is another. Okay. For this part, we made the Realtor One app. All those who've not downloaded it, start downloading it, start using the CRM, start applying which calls to call, which not to call. Realtor One is free. You have a whole cold calling webinar, whole cold calling course. We are putting a coupon. It'll be available in the Rainmaker. Make that investment in yourself. Learn it. There is an invisible influence course free. 240 dirham or 300 dirham. I think it's for the Rainmaker for a month. Just go upgrade yourself. Learn. Life-changing doors will not open on its own. You can't fight anything till the time you don't know how to fight. You'll only be beaten. Learn, belief, mindset. There are programs there. Learn, educate, use that 240, 300 dirhams a month. If one deal you do in a month, 6,000 dirhams also you make. It's what return you've got. You've got whole data stacked up for you. Dave, can you just put a link for the iOS and Android? We are upgrading it. There'll be versions coming up. It's all introductory. Follow-up is right there. Okay. Questions. Before I take the questions, there is one more suggestion I want to make with you guys is, guys who are starting new, who want to enter into the high stakes real estate market. Adnan is having an exclusive inventory on the Palm. He has a whole villa. He's selling it for 130 million. I requested him. He is open to get realtors who want to start with their high profile content they want to make. You can reach out to Adnan. You can go visit the villa and you can record content for yourself. You can share it to your buyers. You want to look cool. It's a good way of branding yourself that you have access to the Palm. How does a 130 million villa look like? Okay. Adnan, you want to just say a quick word before we jump into questions?
Yes, thank you, Anant. So we had a word with our
investor, and he's been kind enough, and he understood the need to allow other agents who would like to seriously work on their property, on his property, to be able to create content and reach it out to all their customers, so that it looks like they are truly in the game with regards to his property. And although we are the exclusive listing agents, they get the equal mileage. And I would even be happy to share some of the agents who have created the content and already posted it.
So Adnan, where is this villa on Palm?
This is on front I, which is known as a point front, and point fronts have got a very limited number of villas. It's like got around 20 villas, and the plots which were sold on the point are in the range of 90 to 110 million dirhams by Nakhil about a year and a half back. So you can imagine that once the villas out there are built, they have to go in the 200, 250 million plus category just at cost, replacement cost.
Okay. So
And
guys, you have an
we have
opportunity.
a proposition on the actual tip of that front
Okay.
at 135 mil. And there are only 16 such locations on the whole of Palm Jumeirah.
Yeah. So the neighbor is Huda Cotton, the Huda Beauty people.
Yeah,
So and
they are all
of course
living
people like
on that
that.
front.
So this is a attention
Correct.
driven reels you can create for him. Okay. So you can go down, look into it.
True.
If you have a buyer, great. If you don't have a buyer, still it gives you a lot of mileage where you as an agent. So I requested Randan. So it's a guys who are not knowing what to do. Find out what is the best the market is offering. So you know what does a 130 million villa look like as well. Okay. Share it. It builds authority, and then you can sell something, whatever you're selling. But it also helps you build authority that is we know. All right. So it's a great opportunity. You can connect with him, and you can directly go into I Fond Villa and look for Meher or Adnan. Okay, both of them are. So if Meher is not there, then Adnan is there. If Adnan is not there, Meher is there. All right. So you can fix up with Adnan as this. All right. How many of you would want to go
Thank
there
you.
just so that
Thank you, Anand.
we know? All right. You've already followed Adnan, Aruni. Okay. Lipin, I would also suggest you go down, have a look, okay, and just understand how it goes. All right, Ripin, great. Me, Nida, okay, okay. So we want, and Adnan, why don't you do a event for the villa? If you want, you can just send them an invite. I'll share it for you.
Done. I will organize an open house, and let's have maximum people come in at the same time.
Fair enough. So if somebody reaches out before, you can take it. Otherwise, you can have a this thing. All right.
Yeah,
Now we are
most
open for
welcome.
questions. We have
Most
10
welcome.
minutes with us. Yeah. All right, Adnan. Thanks, man. Yes, Libin, go ahead.
Thank you.
No, I was just wondering, we can get in touch with Adnan through the Instagram or
Yeah.
personal number or.
Dave, can you just put Adnan's WhatsApp number? Is that okay, Adnan?
Yeah, for sure. In fact, my Instagram has my number on the profile itself. No
Okay.
hiding.
So yeah,
We are out
okay.
there.
Yeah. So he's out there. You can just get in touch with him. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. Now coming back to the cold calling stuff. One more thing I want to ask you. We're just taking a poll here. I wanted to cover more things about cold calling. There is a lot of beliefs which goes into the calling part. Why we are not able to call up. Why we are not able to build up. The second part, which goes into the part about is scripts, objection handling, follow-ups. So that is one more webinar I wanted to do with you guys. That's a little advanced webinar. Okay. Do you guys want that, or do you want a different topic? If you have any topics in mind, you can drop into the message, or you can drop in directly with Dave. We would be happy to address what you are looking for in specific, and we'll take it from there. Okay. Yes. Now for the script part, Chris, you need to. So I'll my team will share a ebook with you. There are some scripts there, but my suggestion is if you really want to master cold calling, just go onto the app, subscribe for a month, learn the course, apply it, see how it benefits you. Okay. Your open rate will change dramatically if you really decided to do this. Do it the right way. My suggestion would be this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Aruni, you asked a question. Can you please come back and ask me again here so that I missed your question?
Hi, thank you so much. So my question was, in your experience, you have been working since so many years. So in your personal choice, who is your the number one developer, and if you have if I have an investor, and how I would be, convince him to, or like that, with that developer who is looking for the long term investment.
Okay. Okay. So Aruni, first of all, I would I can sell any developer that I decide to sell. First of all, I need to be convinced whether I want to sell the developer or not. Okay. At that time, I chose Imar. After that, I've not sold real estate since 2020. Okay. I just, whatever leads come, I just pass it on. Okay.
May
But
I know why do you leave this
because
real estate?
yeah, because I'm full-time coach now, so I coach people. So I've built a community for Realtors. Plus, I coach people in the
Oh,
Indian cricket team. I've coached several venture capitalists, billionaires. So I have a whole foray of clients. But right now, coming to your question, pick up a developer, become a specialist. You can pick up any developer today, which resonates most with you. But go in as if you don't have a choice to change. Because if you'll keep changing, you will never commit. And if you'll not commit, you'll not make money. Every developer is still selling. You can take Imtiaz, you can take Danube, you can take Bingati, you can take Imar, Nakhil, Miras, Shobha, whatever you want. But choose one, go all in, become a specialist, create demand. 90% of the realtors fail because they don't know how to create demand. That demand can be created, A, with your knowledge, and that can translate into cold call, that can translate into content, that can translate into PDFs, information, structuring, comparison. Through that, you can create. Once you start creating demand, then when people start coming because of you, that's the game changer. Then you can be sure of that. If they speak to me, they'll not speak to anybody else. Or the other part is you keep running around people and keep chasing them. That's a hard way. You'll not make money. All right. So just pick up any developer and then go all in. And there is nothing called as best and not best. Every property will be sold in Dubai. Somebody is going to buy it. Somebody is going to sell it. It's up to you. All right.
thank you, thank you.
Right. Okay. Yes. Yes. Any other question? I'll just take two quick questions. Gautam, are you there? Gautam is in a flight. I thought Gautam will take up because he's become a pro in terms of, cold calling. Yeah. Yes, Adnan.
So just on one other note, for
Yeah.
example, I'm cold calling, not cold calling, it's like a warm referral of some
Okay.
clients in Canada. And, it was a celebrity. And to be honest, he gave me almost, I saw 150 seconds of his time at Canada time noon. And
Okay.
I was just, self introspecting on what was my pitch to him.
Mhm.
Because like what I should, do in those 150 seconds which he gave me, which are actually precious because typically a person would give you 30 to 45 seconds. So
Correct.
that is why I did do the pitch, and of course, then he got busy and he had to leave and etc. And that is the reason I created that bit of a playbook on Jabal Ali Village to show him that what can be the potential of a community where you enter at the off-plan stage. So, is this the right approach then with these kind of prospects who we are prospecting?
Okay. So there are two, three things more you can do, Adnan, in this. Okay.
Yeah,
One thing you can do more is that if you know that you are speaking to someone in specific, okay, you
correct.
can do some due diligence at the background that why would they be interested in coming to Dubai. Okay.
Right.
So there can be certain pain points, taxation, forex. They want to park some money outside the zone. Okay. But we can't sometimes tell these guys that, you want to save money on taxation and that's why you should
Correct.
be parking your money here. So what we need to do is we need to put in a way and we need to put other people's perspective and we start talking. The part about public celebrities are they are mostly insecure. So sell them with other people that they are doing better. They are also doing this. A.
Got.
Okay. So now you are hooking them better. Okay. B is if they are a private founder, now they are a different set. You can't do this with them now. Okay. Now you need to structure it in a different way. Okay. Now you need to talk more about what kind of a founder are they? Are they a industrialist founder? Are they someone who have received the money the second generation? Okay. The moment, so your context is changing every time because you've got those valuable 150 seconds. So if
Yes.
like you sold it to the Saudi singer, the one you sold.
Correct.
Like, how did you sell? How did you sell? Is the part is about that you're selling significance, right? That, why should you get out of this, or that, the royal families that you've sold to. What are they looking at? They are looking at, they don't want to tell about others. They don't want to know what others are doing. They feel they are right. Just validate it. Don't give gyan, man. We can't give gyan there. We just have to follow that path. Is my suggestion.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. But for celebrities whom we don't know and it's a cold story, sell them on insecurity, man. That's the best way to sell. You know who all owns houses in Emirates?
Got it.
Who own houses in Palm? And who own this? And why do they own here? Can I share something with you? And they'll be more than here to listen. Because they know, what is he doing and what do I don't do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that is how we sell it. Yeah. That's specialization comes in.
Got it. Thank you. Thanks
for asking. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right, guys. Last question. What kind of insecurities? Like, why are they doing better? Why are they making more money? Why would they want to? So one celebrity, one cricketer bought in one area. Why did they buy there? So if they have bought it here, it means something would be good. So let's sell to somebody else also there. It's easy. Okay. So that's how it. Okay. Roshni, I'll be starting next week with an agency. Can you tell me what can I read up to educate myself and go ahead with culture? See, Roshni, if you are getting into, I will be doing primary sales. Okay. That's good. The part is about learning, specialization. You will learn things if you're starting new. Go down to the sales center, learn everything about it. Understand what is it that you will be doing, which is going to make money. Don't get lost. Don't focus on what others are doing. Majority of the realtors in a group are not, all of them are making money. Associate yourself with people who are. See what they are doing. Observe very closely, because success leaves clues. Learn those cues. Move forward. Do what they are doing. You will also start making money. Okay. My suggestion. Second, since you're starting new, you're starting on a clean slate. Don't fall into other people's judgments and predictions, what they are doing. What you like, go all in. You'll find out yourself. All right, guys. I'll take your leave here. Thank you so much for joining in. One thing before, what is the one thing that you really resonated in the webinar today? Just one word. One word quickly, guys, before you go. What was the thing for you guys? What resonated most with you today? Scorecard. Okay. Insightful. All right, Michael, go all in, nothing to lose. Okay. Lame people blame people. One more thing you can take away. I will not call because I blame. Lame people blame people. Okay. Data filter. Starting cold calling again. Cold calling. Cool. Keep no shame, no fame. All right. I love it. Mindset on cold calling. Thank you, Robert, for sharing. Value added. Okay. Calling strategy. All right, Rehma. 1,500 calls a month. Yes, Deepika, go for it. Approach. And usage of data via AI. All right. Thank you, Mohammed. I'm good you made that point, cold calling. Okay. So I'll see you guys next week at 10:30 a.m. And we're going to keep this time fixed. Confidence. Shukran. It was great. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. Have a good day and wish you a very, very productive week ahead. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Aanant. See you.
Yeah, bye, Adnan, bro. See you.
Thank you, everyone. It was really pleasure learning so many things, though we know many things, but we don't know how to use it.
All right, Dolly. Just go for it. Just go for it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye bye, Anand. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye, Mohammed. Bye, Aarti. Yeah, all right, Ripon. See you. Bye.